Hi everyone, my name is Jeff, I am a Xennial, and someday we'll find it, the Rainbow Connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. I hope everyone is doing well. Today we are embarking on a brand new stage of our Rainbow Brite journey. If you've been keeping up, I've been doing a reaction watch through of the Rainbow Brite cartoon television series. I am of course, a Xennial, so I remember watching some of this show, bits and pieces of it, as a kid in the 80s, but largely this is new to me. I'm also a narrative-driven person. I really love the storytelling. I'm trying to sort of piece together the lore without spoiling myself on it. So I know there is like meta information out there. Well, some meta information out there about Rainbow Brite. But I like to first experience the content through the storytelling itself, like what's in the actual text. Then sometimes I'll look aside and see, okay, well, what went into the production of this film or this show, perhaps. But largely, that's sort of beside the point. What I really care about is the story. I want to know about this magical rainbow girl who's bringing joy and happiness to the world through the power of colors. So today, it's pretty exciting. If you haven't been keeping up, I'll give you the quick backstory. So Rainbow Brite is a property from the 80s. She was created in part, or I mean largely, by the Hallmark Cards Company. Yes, Hallmark. They created this little magical rainbow girl kind of to compete with the strawberry shortcake craze that was just beginning. They made a couple of television specials, which were successful, moved into a movie, and then into a proper television series for her. So at this point in the reaction series, we have already watched the specials and the movie, and now we're starting with the series proper. It's not a lot of episodes. Today we're going to watch 2 of them and see where we are with our understanding of the character, where her growth has come and gone since the movie, and we are in 1986 at this point. If anyone would like to jump right to the reaction, sometimes I can talk for a fair bit, so please just check down below for the chapter times, as well as links to all the things you would regularly find on a reaction video, like the longer uncut version of this reaction, and where you can find more source details and materials on Rainbow Brite herself. But for me, I'm just going to yap for another minute or two, and I'll catch you at the reaction for those of you who are leaving. For those of you who have stayed, thank you very much. I thought I'd just do a quick check-in post-movie to sort of like catch us up to speed on where we're at. So if you'll recall, in the Rainbow Brite and the Star Stealer movie, came out in the fall of the fall of 1985, November. It did not do great. It made $5 million at the box office total, which you would think in a way might be fine for for a movie back in the 80s, but or a kids movie, especially that maybe perhaps didn't cost very much money. And I would suggest that despite getting like terrible reviews, actually terrible reviews, I certainly thought it was fine for a kids property, and for something like, I understand it's in context from a modern lensing, like this film was not designed to necessarily make a ton of money in and of itself. Like the property, the money is made in the larger IP play, right? Especially for a company like Hallmark, who are building a brand to sell merchandise. Like that's entirely what this is all about. So let's just kind of try to contextualize this. So if they can cheaply and sort of like aptly create a serviceable property that will sell greeting cards, that will sell plush toys, which like this did sell toys, then and continue sort of lightly expanding the lore and the sort of the concepts in it with like the sort of toyetic qualities in mind, then I think that they would probably consider this a win. And I think that also speaks to what's to come. Because the TV show, as we've discussed, the series proper, is only 8 episodes long. Now, I know if you look online, it'll say there's 13 episodes of the show total and then the movie. But in that 13, they count the 5 episode length television specials, which previously aired. And I am uncertain exactly, but I believe that those 5 specials, the 2-part beginning of Rainbowland, the Monstro Merc Menace, and the Peril in the Pits episodes, I believe that those episodes probably were rolled into these additional 8 episodes to create a 13-episode batch, because these new 6 episodes, which were all produced by Deke, and Deke produced 3 of those first specials. This Deke series that followed the film. So the film was November 1985. This new series started in the spring of 86, April of 86. However, interestingly, it was packaged immediately in syndication. And for those of you unfamiliar, it means that essentially it didn't go exclusively to anyone's network. It was put up immediately, available for, like, local networks could just buy it. And Deke packaged it along with catalog content and catalog and some new content as well. So they had a wraparound conceit called KieoTV, I think it was. This is something that I never saw being a Canadian, even though I did grow up. Growing up in the Toronto area, we had American television. I certainly don't remember ever seeing this, although I do remember seeing Rainbow Brite, so maybe this is how I saw it. I don't know. Anyway, there's some wraparound, like I think, like, you know how they do, like interstitial sort of like.
It's time for KieoTV with Rainbow Brite, Popples, and Ulysses 31. And now, Rainbow Brite.
Anyway, it was a 90-minute block. They aired when it started, they aired Rainbow Brite, Ulysses 31, which also was one of the original Deke French properties, I believe, before they started making American content, and the Get Along Gang, which I believe at the time would have been a new property for Deke. So Get Along Gang and Rainbow Brite were immediately in syndication here. This is the spring of 86, and probably through this 90-minute block, they would air, all 3 of those episodes, and then they would probably just cycle through all 13 episodes, I would imagine, of Rainbow Brite, and then air them again. So every 13 weeks, or 3 months, the entire series starts again. So that's probably why people remember it well. And sometimes I think that that's kind of key. Like, you keep airing the same episodes again, and then they become like touch points on the playground for kids who are like, oh yeah, I know this. And that's also partly probably why people remember these series being like longer than they are. As I've been prepping with reaction content for this channel, and largely I'm reacting to these retro cartoons, I've been doing a little bit of sort of digging into the sort of meta state of retro cartoons. And it's so funny to think that these cartoons that I may have remembered so well as a kid, like Rainbow Brite, or like something like, I don't know, My Pet Monster, for example, a show I loved. I assumed it was like, a season or 2, 60 episodes. Nope, 13 episodes. That's it. That's all there was for that show. Anyway, same goes here for Rainbow Brite. So it's just an interesting note. But let's get into actually the content moving forward. So we've established, obviously, there's a bunch of lore that got rolled in, especially to that 2-part special, the beginning of Rainbowland. Like, that was way overloaded with lore. We've had little bits and pieces of trying to understand what's happening with, where we are now with the character of Rainbow Brite. Obviously, this is like a kid's property that, like, in large part, it doesn't totally matter. Probably the only person who really understands it is Howard Cohen, who is the writer of most of the episodes. All but one, I think, of these next episodes are all written by Howard Cohen. Howard Cohen also is the writer of the movie. Interestingly, when I was looking up Howard Cohen's career, he really came from, like, slasher films and, like, low-budget B movie stuff. And then he went on to do Rainbow Brite and some Care Bears work. I thought that was kind of an interesting transition, but you know, a job is a job, and certainly like he made a mark in kids television, so good for him. But I am interested to see, especially, and I think this is a good thing, that these next episodes are all written by him, because he clearly is the is the keeper of the lore for Rainbow Brite. So, will we learn anything in these episodes? This is the week-to-week show in terms of like the ongoing story of Rainbow Brite, something larger. I think we probably will, in the sense that like regularly, at least if Rainbow Brite follows the same sort of par for the course of like G.I. Joe or like Transformers or some of these boy properties that I may be more familiar with, where every 2-3 weeks they're introducing a new sort of tie-in to a toy. Right? They want to sell dolls. They probably need new characters. Just like in the movie, they had Tickled Pink, I think was her name. Never explained her. She had no lines. She was part of that group number, the song. And then they also introduced Stormy, who was, I think, easily my favorite new character. I did think one of the interesting things, largely, like sort of broadly speaking, with the movie was that they moved from more straight fantasy into science fiction. So I like the illusion that says Rainbowland kind of operates in the way that Asgard operates in the MCU. It's, yes, a magical realm that has a deep connection to Earth. Rainbow Brite herself, possibly in a sort of elemental sort of role like Santa Claus, maybe, helps bring spring to the Earth, joy and color. But Rainbowland also exists somewhere in space and time and in reality, just like the planet Spectra. I did note that this first episode we're going to watch, I think it's about an alien. So where in the movie we got the introduction of other planets, and the Star Stealer was like, it was a real science fiction story, you know, with a little bit of silly sort of fantasy stuff thrown in. I think that sort of sci-fi motif may continue. So that's interesting. I'm also really interested to get more detail on not just the color kids, but the way that they work day to day with their sprites, who we've only really seen in passing. They really haven't introduced any of the individual sprites. So obviously we know Twink. I mean, Twink we know. Twink is Rainbow Brite's, you know, personal helper. The only sprite who can talk, right? From what I understand. Oh no, Orin could talk too. Orin, who was the old sprite in the movie. But then all of the other color kids, they each have their own personal assistant sprite. I think the only one I can think of that they introduced, you know, was Romeo, who is Red Butler's sprite. But they each have their own, and then there's all of the other sprites who just live and work in this world. Murky and Lurky, presumably they have returned. I think that they were sort of left like floating in space or something at the end of the movie, but presumably they're back as well, and we'll get some ongoing stories. I don't know if I really care as much about seeing them, but, you know, whatever. That's fine. We'll get to that. Okay, I think that's about all I wanted to say. I'm excited to like learn more about the way this world operates, though. If you're ready, I think it's time to jump in to this first episode. What's it called? Episode 6 is called The Invasion of Rainbowland? Yeah, The Invasion of Rainbowland. Okay, let's jump in. Okay, my friends, we are here. It is time. We are about to watch Rainbow Brite, the 1986 cartoon. We're in 86 at this point. This is episode 6, The Invasion of Rainbowland. But technically, this is also the beginning of the series proper. So this is post-movie, you know. Anyway, I just explained it. Thank you for joining me here. Let's have a look at this episode. Invasion of Rainbowland. It's going to be great.
Into a land filled with darkness came a little girl with a mission. After proving herself to be worthy
So
and
they
brave,
still have this
she
intro.
became known as Rainbow
Super
Brite.
lore-heavy intro.
Now, along with her magnificent horse Starlite and her loyal and true friends Twink and the Color Kids, she lives far away in Rainbowland, a wonderful place full of color and happiness. Using the power of the rainbow, her magical color belt, and the star sprinkles, Rainbow Brite and her friends protect Rainbowland.
I would still
fighting off
suggest
the
this
forces of
intro
darkness
is
and gloom,
way overloaded
the
with
devious
way too much
plots of
lore.
Murky and Lurky, so that they can bring color and happiness to people everywhere.
Huh. Invasion of Rainbowland. Oh, so it's an alien coming to Earth? Not Rainbowland. That looks like Earth, didn't it? Yeah.
And it was such a beautiful forest.
We can't bring it back, but we can help it get started again. Twink the star sprinkles.
Oh. Great. I mean, it looks like she's just bringing it back. Do you guys find it interesting that, like, every time she uses her power, it's like some different versioning of the application of it?
It's getting better already.
But it took every star sprinkle I had. There's just one left. Okay, back to Rainbowland.
Ah, back to the mines, toiling away. Okay. Nice. I don't remember it having that extra bit. And then do you just... Oh, cool. I like that they put a face on the thing, so it's on the little star eater. And then what do they do with it here? Do they need to process it? Oh, fascinating. It's an entire, like, workshop. Wait, what? Oh, that seems inefficient, guys. And unhygienic. But cute and relatable, right? Obviously, it's like making cookies. And then they're baking them. Kids would have an opinion of this, right? They would understand that this is kind of like baking a cookie. It's the color console. Wow. It's so elaborate. Lurky, what are you doing here?
I got it, Murky.
All that for one color crystal.
Gloom transformer. I've outdone myself.
These
I
guys.
found a way to turn their star sprinkles into rain sprinkles.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, Murky Dismal.
So much for you, Rainbow.
You've always got
Brite.
some scheme up your sleeve.
There sure is a lot to do this year. We'll get it done, Twink.
Huh. They're stormy. Is this going to be like an E.T. situation? Who's that on the left there?
Where's Rainbow when we need her? There she
I don't
is.
know who that is.
What is it? Some kind of intervance.
I don't like it.
Greetings, navigator. Oh no!
Wagya!
Waja?
Wajah?
Wagya! Wagya!
He's adorable.
Waja? Waja?
Hello, Rainbow Brite. Something seems to be wrong with my vehicle.
Is it time to turn it on, Murky?
Not now, cheese log brain. First, we're going to get that flying saucer, and then Rainbow Brite will never be able to catch us.
And shenanigans ensue.
Can you make it fly again?
We can try. It's sure a lot bigger
Just
in here
need
than it looks from
1.21
outside.
gigawatts
It
of
probably
power.
has some sort of spatial compression to fit everything in.
Right.
I think she's saying it's like the TARDIS, bigger on the inside. Is that what she said?
Broken.
Where's the engine?
Engine.
What makes it fly?
The button.
Don't worry, I'll find the engine.
Shy Violet. She wears glasses. You know she's smart.
I think we better get started.
What does Wajah...
Rainbow, your sleeve!
Does Wajah remind you of someone? Is he like... He's got kind of the ears of Gizmo. Or like... But he's almost like... I was gonna say a ghoulie. He's more like... maybe it's like Mac and Me or something, right? No, but he didn't have big ears like that. I don't know. I guess he's just sort of supposed to be like a cute, funny little frog guy alien. Obviously, no clue how to fix his own ship, but we've got Shy Violet on the case, and she's a genius, as you can tell. We'll have to see where this goes. I don't know. I would think that the kids' touch points on this would have been E.T. Rather than like a smart talking alien, but I guess he's not that smart really. He's just supposed to be goofy, probably.
How could that happen? Something in the flying saucer must soak up colors.
I was trying not to.
Or Wajah did
you?
it.
Colors are how we live.
Like food?
You get your energy from food. We get ours from colors.
Oh. Well, I mean, conveniently.
I didn't mean to.
Well, it's not a bad thing. That's his natural process, isn't it?
Or there won't be anything left of Rainbowland.
And fast.
Can't you just give him
We
some
can't go in
colors
there.
to help him?
If we don't, there
Get
won't
going?
be any colors. There won't be any us. Come on, you can help me look for the engine.
Send the Twinks in. Or the sprites in. Oh, jeez, everyone's on the case, huh? What about Wajah? Shouldn't you go in and help out, dude?
Uh-oh. Maybe you'd better stay out here.
I didn't mean
Oh,
it.
he's gonna cry.
I love it so pretty.
I'm trying not to.
Try harder. You need color to stay alive, but so do we.
Don't you like just produce color, Rainbow?
I'm doing everything I can. I think it runs on colors. Bring me all the star sprinkles you can carry.
That would make sense. But is it just out of fuel? Is that what's going on?
Beautiful. It's beautiful. Rainbowland the way it was always meant to be.
It was
It's
prettier
weird that he
before,
can't
Murky.
control the colors that he
Down,
sucks up,
down
right?
the
Yeah,
Shy
that
Violet
one
needs
girl, I
star
don't know who
sprinkles.
she is.
Come on.
She's
We'll
that's
carry
not
the whole
tickled
line
pink.
over if we have to.
We'll get that saucer saucer flying.
Oh, no, you won't.
Oh, no, you won't.
Lurky.
Oh, boy.
Oh my
boy,
God.
oh, boy.
Who?
I'm going
What
on
is?
a
What
flying
is this
saucer.
nonsense?
Quiet.
Okay, Murky.
Back in there.
Who's he dressed up to be like? Yeah.
I thought I knew all the color kids.
Let's go.
Okay, Murky.
Why is now the time to jump out? Okay, whatever.
Almost.
Okay.
A few more adjustments and this will be the first flying saucer ever modified to run on star sprinkles.
Murky.
Murky!
Swipe? Swipe or no swiping?
Stay right here at Rainbowland until there isn't any more Rainbowland.
I mean, now you just gave away his whole plan.
Come on! We've got to find him!
I mean, Lurky's
I'm
right.
coming, Murky. Oh, boy.
He's still in the ship. Oh, no, he's got the gloom buggy. He's out of
There
there.
he is! Come on, Starlight! Let's save him! Look back here! We've got to stop them!
Without your rainbow, we'll never catch up to them.
Aren't they already chasing him? Oh, snap.
on!
Here they come. In a flying saucer.
I'm trying not to.
Okay, they're back in the pits like regular. Do you guys remember in the movie they, for some reason, were just in this weird skull cave, like a face
Oh,
cave,
yeah, the brakes.
and it did not look like this. Oh, you wrecked the gloom buggy, dude.
I'll throw myself in the river. At least it will save Rainbowland.
Stop him!
It's dark.
Oh, Mr.
I'm just gonna go commit
Alien,
suicide here over
excuse
here.
me.
Don't worry about me.
Can you come back here a second?
Now!
Techno babble nonsense.
Oh, Murky!
Is she
look
gonna
at
bring
the pretty
color to the
colors.
pits? I didn't think she could do that for some reason. Huh.
You turn so.
Colors.
Oh yeah, he's got the machine. Look at that, full-on Chekhov's gun foreshadowing.
No, stop it! Come back here! Yeah.
That's just quality writing, guys.
You have to put you. I'll get you for this Rainbow Brite.
Oh, so is that's it? They got him back. Waja.
Thank you, Rainbow Brite.
Good luck, Waja!
They refilled his thing. They fixed his computer, and he's just it feels a little bit wasteful, considering they need I don't know. It takes just a pouch of rainbow star sprinkles to bring back a whole forest. How many sprinkles were wasted there? All right. Well, that is the end of Invasion of Rainbowland episode 6, technically, on the Rainbow Brite series. Let's discuss. I think that episode was like fun, but also like there was definitely some padding added on. I like the concept of an alien coming in. I think that also makes sense. I think that this is something that kids would totally appreciate, would totally enjoy. And I like that it's continuing with the sort of the science fiction vibes, no matter how sort of like lighthearted and sort of silly they sort of take it. Whereas, you know, at least there was like sense to the movie that it was like trying to take itself seriously. I like that they included the alien. I think that it was probably a little sillier than I would like, but you know, it's not specific. This show was not directly made for me. That's okay. You know, it's made for probably 11-year-old girls. That's okay. I guess they needed to do sort of something going on with the colors, although it was a little convoluted in the execution. Like, it would have been cooler, I think, or maybe it would have been like it would have been a simpler story, perhaps, but it would have maybe made a bit more sense if the alien had just crashed and then like, I need help repairing my ship. And sure, maybe it takes the color star sprinkles to fix the ship, but I don't know about the alien sucking away the color. I don't know that totally made sense. And also, like, if that's how the alien survives, if that's how Waja survives is by consuming colors, it's like eating, is what he said. How does he not have control over it? You know, well, I don't know. I don't really understand that. Oh well. I did like that we got to spend some time in Rainbowland. We got to see the color kids in the mines. We got to see the whole sequence of like processing from the raw mined crystals into the actual star sprinkles. That's kind of cool. I think conceptually overall, there's still some sort of questions. It's not questions. It's like, was it a good idea? I guess concerns, perhaps, rather than questions around like, why do they have these children working in a mine? You know, and I understand they're not really children. They're weird color elementals who have lived for thousands of years or whatever. That's fine. I just mean, like, it does look a little weird that, like, these kids are super happy to be like, let's spend our days working in the mines to mine the crystals. Like, for what? Like, and I don't know. It's also still a little unclear as to their overall purpose, you know? Rainbow and Starlite and Twink were on Earth. And, like, Twink even said, we've got a lot to do this year. Like, they have duties, clearly. And some of those duties, perhaps, are restoring burnt-down forests. Of course, my contention, of course, was, that that's not probably necessary. That, especially in remote, unpopulated areas, a burnt-down forest, it's okay. It'll just revitalize the forest ecology. It happens. But not to Rainbow, and she used all of those star sprinkles to get there. Again, giving all of the star sprinkles to Waja to fix his ship, is that great? I don't know. Overall, I think that this was a fine episode. I did structurally like that they introduced the gloom cloud thing and then it did come back at the end. That was good. I'm glad that we got to see the pits once again. That's good, because I was a little concerned when we got to the movie and it seemed like the pits were just being downgraded or nerfed in some way. So now we're back to like the regular pits. I wonder if the pits still exist. There's still like that wall of where like Starlight can't fly in the pits and the rainbows don't work in the pits. And if that's the case, why is that the case? Is Rainbow doing anything about that? Is she trying to resolve that situation in literally the land that she lives in? Or is she just concerned with like her duties on Earth? I don't know. Stormy's hanging out with them, and we got a glimpse and some dialogue from that new character who I guess I'll just put her name up here because I'll look it up. But hopefully they'll give her a bit more of an introduction and a backstory. And look, I don't need a ton. Like, they gave Stormy a storyline in the movie, and they just introduced her as if like, oh, she's always been there. We just didn't see her before. That's fine. I assume that's going to be the same with this character here, that they'll introduce her in a later episode. So hopefully we'll learn more about her. Maybe the next episode. I don't know. Okay, boys and girls, Rainbow Brite continues now with episode 7, Mom. Oh.
Into a land filled with darkness came a little girl with a mission. After proving herself to be worthy and brave, she became known as Rainbow Brite.
Sorry, for the record, they should dump this. It's too much. It's too much lore. They should cut it down to like 3 sentences and then just put the closing song in the intro. Obviously, that's the better song. Ooh, so bright and colorful. So grainy, but it is very bright. Patio green. What do they do at this computer? So interesting. Huh. Okay, so now we get to see, what does she do? All the buttons are just stars.
Harmony switch on! Emergency signal! Safety! Good! More! We need more! Come on, everybody! We need more!
Man, hold your horses, dude.
There's always so much to do on the first day of spring. We'll get it done, Rainbow!
Oh, we're at the first day of spring now.
Come on, everybody! Let's go!
That Rainbow Brat will never make anything beautiful again when I get through with her.
What are we gonna...
Sorry, can I just ask a question here real quick? Is the whole color palette is like different now. This is like way brighter. It's like a bit of a, almost like a redesign. Not a redesign, but like everything is like popping on this episode. I wonder if is this a new trend?
We're going to get my new misery machine finished. Come on.
Is it just another gloom thing? I assume it is. First day of spring. Who's that? Who's got a flying VW? Lone Star?
I don't know.
Lone Star and
I
Barf?
think we're about to find out.
I hope it's Lone Star. Who is it? Who dat? It is a head. Their lair is a head still, huh?
Oh, goody! It's almost done! What's
Oh, that's like the old color
My
wash.
misery machine potato brain. It'll turn all the star sprinkles gray and grungy. And they'll never be able to make color again. Yeah.
Is it not
The
working?
doorbell.
Gee, Murky.
That was the doorbell?
Nobody ever rang our doorbell before.
How long does it take you to answer a door? Well, invite me in. What am I supposed
Is
to
that
do
Murky's
now?
mom?
Wanna play football?
You dope. Okay. It is his mom.
Merkwell! My little Merkwell!
Merkwell?
Oh, Merkwell!
Merkwell.
You never write, you never call.
Busy. I've been
So she just shows up.
I had to come and make sure you were all right.
fine. Yeah, I'm fine. It's been wonderful seeing you. Have a nice trip home. Bye-bye.
Okay, first of all, does Merkwell's mother know that he is a villain? Would she approve? Maybe they're like a family of villains. I certainly hope so. You could definitely see the family resemblance. But this is a cute premise, a cute setup here. So did the mom land her RV in Rainbowland, and then Rainbow was like, "Oh, you're looking for Murky's house? Yeah, he's down over there in the pits." How come we didn't see that scene? That I would have liked to have seen. Interesting. Or is this going to be Murky like hiding that he's a villain from his mom? Because that would be a pretty silly sitcom kind of a premise. Where's Murky's dad? Let's see if we can figure that one out.
I will never leave my little boy living in a place like this! What a dump! I knew you'd never amount to anything.
Oh, but I
Has she never visited? He's been here for like at least 700 years.
Castle, fancy cars, the butler. Lurky, why aren't you wearing your butler suit?
Mr. Murky, look out the window.
Uh-oh.
That's the nice little girl who showed me how to get here.
She's leaving. This is our chance to make.
She did. She gave her directions. Did she fly her there on the horse?
Star sprinkles, and there's no Rainbow Brite to stop us.
Goodbye, girlie.
Goodbye, Rainbow Brite. Goodbye forever.
Boy, Murky, you were cute.
Whoa, look at that.
He was such an adorable child.
What is she? She kind of looks like
This
someone.
really needs fixing up. I think the first thing I'll do is make you some nice curtains.
Curtains?
Some nice bright colors.
Colors? Yeah.
Okay, so she doesn't know he's a villain.
When you were a little boy, you just loved colors.
Backstory?
I never saw anyone who loved colors.
Give me a flashback. Oh, it's a flashback. Look at this. Does he have a... He does not have a mustache, does he? He does. I love it. That's so ridiculous. Oh, Murkwell. He's got an airbrush. Like...
You're going to get rid of every bit of that color if it takes you all day. If it takes you the rest of your life.
Oh, my.
The rest of your life.
Oh my god, she traumatized him. She's the reason he wants to get rid of all the colors. Wow, that is some deep-seated psychological trauma that Murkwell has had to deal with.
Are you all right, Mr. Murky?
The tragic backstory of Murkwell P. Dismal.
Color! Why don't we go for a ride? It's a perfect day for a ride. And we can get those star sprinkles.
She looks like there's a, does she look like a Muppet or something? Like there's like a character, like almost like Scooter and Skeeter, like kind of like, or like I don't know, like a mom character on a on another cartoon. I'm thinking of, I don't know what I'm thinking of. I can't place it, but there's some other character I'm thinking of that she looks like. Perfect lie. Couldn't see through that one. Touring the sights of Rainbowland. What does a tourist do when they're visiting Rainbowland?
Murky! Murky's coming!
They keep giving lines to that girl.
Colors! Look at all these colors!
Yes, aren't they beautiful?
Beautiful.
Murkwell, why is everyone running away?
They're afraid I'll catch them not working.
Why should they worry about that?
Because I'm in charge of Rainbowland. All those color kids and sprites, they all work for me.
How
And
would
that
she believe
little
that?
Girl you saw? She works for me too. All of this belongs to me. Stop at my house. Here.
The color castle? Murky, we can't go in the tomb.
How do you expect this lie to continue working, Murky?
What are you doing in my house?
His house?
Why are they running away? This is your home base. Defend it.
Murkwell, it's beautiful.
Do you think it's odd that the Color Kids, and we've seen this in past episodes, the Color Kids seem to literally have no defenses against Murky Dismal and his ridiculous plans? That seems silly that all of these color kids just ran out of the room. This is your home base. Defend it. Like, to some extent, at least, like, you know, make a stand. Maybe they will. Maybe they're just regrouping and, you know, but like, I don't think Murky is that intimidating. I got to be completely honest. Where's Rainbow? That's the question. Where's Rainbow?
Oh my, this is such a lovely room. My little Merkwell always did love colors.
Yeah. Hurry with those star sprinkles.
Right, Mackie, you Mr.
Okay. So he's just going to keep working? Oh. Now they're putting them in the bucket.
Boy, oh boy, we're gonna make some pretty colors.
Not with those star sprinkles. When you dip them in that bucket, you turn them into misery sprinkles.
Misery sprinkles. Okay.
We've got to get a message to Rainbow.
But-
There's only one way to send a message, and that's the color console. But we'll never get in. Not unless we can get
Why is there
Murky
only
out.
one way to send a message? We don't even know what the color console does.
Well, there won't be anything left of Rainbowland at all.
That girl is right.
No more Rainbowland anymore. Now!
They only brought one bucket full of the murky whatever it's called.
Golly, Murky, this is really fun.
Putting some color back into it.
Stop making that smoke. You're getting everything dirty up here.
Yes, Mom. Mom, wouldn't you like to go out shopping?
Shopping? Did you say shopping? I love shopping.
Oh, good.
She loves shopping,
we need
guys.
some milk, some bread, some eggs, and a lot of star sprinkles.
What are star sprinkles?
You just tell the color kids out there that I said to give you all the star sprinkles you can carry. Yeah.
Wouldn't this...
And we can change the name of Rainbowland to Gloomland.
That's what you think, Murky Dismal.
I don't understand what's happening here.
Excuse me, children. I'm Mr. Dismal's mother, and he wants you to get me some...
Star sprinkles?
How did you know?
Everybody wants star sprinkles.
Star sprinkles!
Wow.
My son will be so pleased.
So much going on.
Oh, Markwell, everything will be so beautiful.
Yes.
Does Murky still not realize that they're not being turned into misery sprinkles? I don't think he does.
What did you do? This isn't my goop.
Patty, look! The signal worked! Oh! What's the matter?
Where were you, Rainbow?
Well,
Murky! In the color castle?
Stop! Blast you! You.
Like,
Markwell, you're trying to stop those colors,
what does it
aren't you?
do? What does it do?
Mom,
It's all over for you, Murky Dismal.
the only thing that's over is Rainbowland. Lurky, quick, to the grunge buggy and the misery machine.
He never could take no for an answer.
I don't know what a misery machine is,
Well-
but we've got to stop him.
I think the mom's obviously gonna help the color kids now, right?
Wait! Take me with you!
Yeah.
I'll stop him!
Come on.
Is there room?
And I'll take care of you, Macwell Dismal!
Mom.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's going to explode just like he said, right?
No. Yeah. Take that, Rainbow Brat.
Twink, quick, the star sprinkles.
Wow.
Look, Murky.
You.
And that
Seems
should teach
pretty
that
ineffective.
son of mine
Also,
a lesson.
she's able to use star sprinkles in their
I
pits
wouldn't
now.
count on it.
Thank you for helping us, Mrs. Dismal.
I mean, I guess they
You're
did last
welcome,
episode too.
Dill.
Won't you come stay with us in the color castle?
Oh, thank you, no. I really must be going home now. But before I leave, Macwell and I have to have a little chat.
Well, you're welcome in Rainbowland anytime. Goodbye, Mrs. Dismal.
Goodbye, Rainbow Brite. Oh, such a nice little girl.
Wow. So can Mom change Murky's ways? I doubt it. Let's talk about these episodes a bit. Very, very interesting. Well, that's all she wrote for that episode. Definitely, I think the biggest thing we learned was the motivational sort of backstory of Murky here. How his mother, just like so many mothers before have probably done to all of us, traumatized her little boy. In this case, she caused him to not like colors, I guess, which is fascinating because obviously she didn't intend to be so hurtful to her child, and she clearly still loves Murky, but she has never come to visit him in Rainbowland. And he's been there for hundreds and hundreds of years. Who knows about these things, though? Like, these people are very long-lived. Perhaps a couple hundred years is not a huge deal. Cute to see Murky as a baby with the mustache. I thought that was pretty clever. And I liked that this episode had a bit more like pop to the color in it. I also liked getting a chance to see that color console in some sort of action. But I do think that Rainbow Brite, like the storyline, really necessitates, like we deserve as an audience to get some sort of a larger picture on what this color console actually does. Because I don't understand what the color kids do. I know that they collect star sprinkles. I know that they pour them into the color console. I don't think that color console like affects or helps Rainbow Brite in any particular way. Does it make Rainbowland pretty? Does it, like, it doesn't power her, right? Rainbow Brite, like, this is part of the problem with Rainbow Brite. It's too much story. Like, it's a little too much story in a way. Like, if you're gonna do that much story, then you really need to properly explain it. But if you're gonna say she has the power of rainbows with her, like, the, you know, good intentions and love, her color belt is its own power source, and she's got the power of the star sprinkles, which are like a physical object that sort of recharge her. And then they all kind of work in tandem, but like most of the time we've seen them used in the show, it always kind of varies in different ways, right? So there's not a consistency to how things work. Even if it were just like a consistent, like every time she needs to use her color belt, she needs to work it, you know, it needs to work in tandem with a star sprinkle. Okay, that would be something. But no. To this episode specifically, though, I like that it is, again, both of these last two episodes kept it light, kept it fun, added a little bit more to the sort of like silliness. And I appreciate that they're just going with the story and they're not worrying about all of the logic, even though that's what I like to do, is to dive into the logic and the lore. But, you know, inconsistencies will happen with shows like this. When it's just like, let's serve the story and the audience who are kids. Let's serve them before we serve the logic. It's a cartoon. It's okay if it doesn't always make sense. Not that that's going to stop me from trying to apply logic to it all. I like seeing these other color kids. I think that new girl has quite a look to her, so I'm interested to learn more about her. I'll circle back to whoever she is in the next episode, in the next reaction episode. We'll give a bit more backstory on her. Or maybe we'll actually get an episode where we learn about her. That would be kind of cool. But this was fun. This was kind of a fun thing. You know, it was interesting to see Rainbow using her powers in the pits. In both episodes, she actually did that, didn't she? Or I guess, no, technically the first, in the Waja episode, or the Invasion of Rainbowland episode, they didn't use her powers. They used the star sprinkles from the flying saucer in the pits to bring color there. But presumably it doesn't last for a long time, or there's some like outstanding overlying sort of murk and gloom sort of power in the pits that causes like, I don't anticipate the next time we see Murky and Lurky's lair it to be covered in, you know, green grass and flowers again. And that's okay. I don't know where Rainbow was after in that second episode. That was kind of interesting that she was gone. And I still, again, I'm going to just like, again, reiterate this every single time. The color kids need to have a purpose. And as of yet, I have yet to see what that purpose is. I feel like they're just wasted potential. I get that, like, Red Butler and Stormy went and switched out the bucket, and that was cool. But like, what I wanted to see was them like taking a real stand and going to, like, I don't know, have a fight with him. And I know this isn't that kind of a show, but like, do something more active than just literally run away. And then like it's not like Murky comes with like a bunch of muscle beside him. He doesn't have hired henchmen, you know. I think I've definitely said that before. Like, it's only two guys. You're like 7 or 8 kids who have magical powers to some extent, and like a whole community of like thousands of sprites. I think you could take him. I'm just saying, lock him up somewhere in a prison, or, you know, exile him to wherever his homeworld is. You know, Mom presumably comes from some other planet where Murky grew up. It was nice to get that like glimpse into the backstory, but I would have liked to see more. You know, where is Murky's father? How did he go from that point to the point where we first met him from that point as a baby to the point where we first met him in the beginning of Rainbowland, where he's working for the Shadow King with Lurky in that castle with slaves. You know, he had the sprites for slaves. I don't know how he got there. Where did he meet Lurky? Maybe we'll get a Lurky backstory episode. That would be fun. Maybe we could go to like a planet of the Lurkies. I just like Lurky. He's a funny guy. And, you know, he's one of those henchmen with kind of a heart of gold deep down. So, well, I think overall these episodes were pretty fun. I do think we got a little bit of insight in both episodes into sort of the backstory, the expanding of the science fiction sort of elements. Rainbowland is, yes, a place in space. Rainbow with her duties on Earth. We got Murky being traumatized by his mother, inadvertently, of course. We can't blame the boomers for everything, you know. Not their fault. I'm just saying they didn't know any better, right? Maybe it is their fault, but they didn't know any better. And now here we are. So we'll have to see what happens in the next episode. Maybe we'll get some more expansions of lore, or we'll have just one random episode with a deep dive into some critical backstory that we were unaware of. For now, though, I just want to thank everyone for joining in. I appreciate you being here for this reaction. I hope you're looking forward to more. As I said at the top, if you're interested in watching the full uncut version of this or any of the reactions on this channel, of course, go down and check out the Patreon where you can support the work that I'm doing here on XennialLens. Otherwise, just stick around on the YouTube channel, and if you can, I would love it if you could subscribe to the channel. We're still new here, so trying to build up that subscriber count is super helpful. All right, thanks everyone for joining me for this double rainbow kind of day. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.